What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to the one, the only Rumboyz Fantasy Network. The first sip of a beer is just always so amazing. It's always so delicious. I am your host. It's your boy, the Admiral, Rumboyz Robbie, here in the building. Welcome to the Rumboyz Fantasy Network, ladies and gentlemen. This is fantasy football friendly, as you guys see right there below me. The title of this video, fantasy football friendly. This is the Buffalo Bills version. Bills, Mafia. Gotta hit that one more time. Mafia. Y'all already know what's good. Y'all know how it's going down. Super excited to cover this team here. We're gonna go through all the skill positions. We're gonna go through their wide receiver depth, talk about their running backs. Of course, we're gonna hype up Vanilla Vic. We're gonna talk Josh Allen, the boy out of Wyoming. So make sure you guys share this material, share this content, especially if you have a Bills fan, or even if you're just, if you're watching along with the series. We've already dropped the Bengals. I've dropped the Lions. I featured Turn Up the Jets on our New York Jets edition. Right now, we're just going to make our way all around New York. We're just going to handle all those New York teams up there. So today, we're covering the Buffalo Bills. Like I said, I'm ecstatic. But before we dive into the show, let's actually first, before we dive into the show, make sure we take care of some bills and we pay some bills. If you guys have not created a sportscaster.com account, or if you have an Apple device and you have not downloaded the Sportscaster app, that is Sportscaster without an E at the end, make sure you do that. Make sure you do that. Support the Rumboyz over on sportscaster.com. Sportscaster supports the Rumboyz heavily. So, if you're supporting us anywhere and everywhere that we are, that's a big place where we really want you guys to be over at, checking out the content. Aside from of course, you guys subscribing on YouTube, we do appreciate that. And of course, all of you guys that view on Rumboyz.com. We always appreciate our Rumboyz.com viewers and all of our Rumboyz.com members. Sign up for Rumboyz.com as well if you have not already. Check us out on monkeyknifefight.com. Promo code Rumboyz in all caps. You guys know how to spell the Rumboyz. You've been following us for a long time. That's Rumboyz spelled with the Z. You already know what it be. Head over to monkeyknifefight.com. We are matching deposits right now all the way up to $50. You might as well take advantage of that right now and have your account set up and have your first deposit of $50 in there, because then we're going to match that $50. You're going to have a full hundo to play with right there in terms of daily fantasy games. When football is kicking off and we're talking DFS, you're going to want to be over there making that money. You're going to be seeing my face lighting up because I'm getting big paydays, and you're like, yo, I want to get in on that action. monkeyknifefight.com, promo code Rumboyz. We got you taken care of. You can win some cold hard cash. Sports are coming back, ladies and gentlemen. You already know. But let's get focused on today's content. We are talking football here today. Football and football only. Fantasy football and football only. Let's start this off the way that we always do. We are actually trying a different rum today. We are trying the new summer edition of Captain Morgan. This orange vanilla twist. We are trying. Captain Morgan did not give me money for this. My wife bought this and she was like, yo, we need to try this. And then I was like, all right. So summertime. It's going down right here. This one's for summertime. America's opening back up. Sports are coming back. We're not necessarily in the greatest place in this country right now, but that's not what this is about. That's besides the point. But hey, you're tuning to the Rumboyz. We're going to take your mind off what's going on in the world. fantasy football friendly edition. Buffalo Bills. Cheers to me. Cheers to you, all the Rumboyz and girls. What it do? Dilly dilly. Ah, tastes a little bit like who loves orange soda? It tastes a little bit like orange soda mixed with cream soda and then rum. Let's dive into the first player here on Fantasy Football Friendly on the Rumboyz Fantasy Network. Josh Allen, ladies and gentlemen. Josh freaking Allen. Joshua. Everyone knows that I'm absolutely in like pause in love with Vanilla Vic in terms of fantasy football. Now he's because of current ADP right now. We are shooting this particular video May the 28th, and right now because of Allen's current ADP, you're going to see him kind of coming off the board right after the top 3 QBs this year, which of course would be Jackson, Mahomes. Well, Jackson, Mahomes, you can flip flop those. I'm assuming that you hopefully take Mahomes first overall. I mean, I get the rushing abilities of Lamar, but anyways, then it would be Kyler Murray, and then you got this guy, right? Then you got Josh Allen. I mean, you could probably interchange, Deshaun Watson with him, or even, Russell Wilson, in redraft standards and dynasty, you're probably filling Josh Allen because it's like, hey, this kid is still young. He hasn't taken that much of a beating in this meat grinder of a NFL. So, I mean, you're probably looking at some of those things as positives. He was the number 7 overall pick in the first round in the 2018 draft for the Bills Mafia. Last year he was 20-9 touchdown to interception ratio, 20 TDs, 9 interception, tied 16th in the league in terms of interceptions, 21st in terms of his TDs, 3,089 yards passing. So 23rd in the league there. QBR wasn't so hot. I mean, but Allen moves a lot out the pocket, and when you have a mobile quarterback like Josh Allen, that's gonna happen. I'm gonna be completely honest with everybody out there in fantasy land. That is something that is absolutely positively gonna happen in terms of the QBR. But guess what? In fantasy, we don't give a fuck about QBR really. Like we're trying to look at stats like yards and touchdowns and interception ratios, things of that nature. Hell, I know some guys that even look at dumb stats like air yards, and they're heavy on that trend, and that's how they like to analyze guys. Anyways, look, Josh Allen is 92.5% rostered, and that's going up. I mean, it's a slight uptick, 0.2%. I mean, nothing in anything heavy, but it is an uptick nonetheless. He's ranked number 6 in his position. So okay. So ADP puts him at 6 for QBs. So once again, I imagine it's Jackson. I'm not looking at ADP. I don't have that in front of me right now. We're just going by player on this particular team's offense. We're talking Jackson, Mahomes. Once again, those two, either way, whatever you're feeling, if you're that QB early type of person, cool, good on you. Watson or Murray, Watson, dangerous, and then Allen. Hey, if the QB run starts and that's the way that it works, and the QB run in your league works via the ADP, the average draft position, then fuck yeah, like right on you. Take that. Take the 6th guy off the board. I mean, or you can just wait and you can let someone else take Josh Allen if you're not big on having a mobile quarterback in fantasy football that's gonna also pick up those rushing yards. If that's not your thing, And that's not the trend of how you like to build your team. You like maybe, more of an old school guy like Aaron Rodgers, a Drew Brees. Then wait on those guys. Tom Brady, I think, is going to have a big year in Tampa. Then wait on those guys. But just know, hey, Allen is definitely a guy that you can go and get in fantasy football this year. I think he has solidified himself as QB6 amongst those QBs. I have no qualms with anybody going after Vanilla Vic at all. And once again, I mean, just to talk about the rushing yards. I mean, 631 rushing yards in his rookie season in 12 games. He had 510. They made him calm it. They said, slow it down. As I take a breather, take a sip of this ice cold beer. Played all 16 games in 2019. They said, slow it down. All right? We need you to pass a little bit more. Your rookie season, you passed for 2,074 yards. All right, we're going to make you a 3,000-yard passer this year. You're still getting some yards on the ground with them with that 510. You got one more TD out of Josh Allen on the ground than you did in his previous year. So you got 9 rushing TDs out of Josh Allen, 20 TDs passing. I am all in. Give me Josh Allen. The fact that Josh Allen is going to have some new additions that we're going to talk about through this special. Diggs, Davis, the tight end is going to be healthy. Knox, who boxes out like he's a fucking basketball player. If you want me to be quite frankly with you. Let's be honest with you, fantasy people. I absolutely adore Josh Allen in fantasy football this year. And I'm not a QB early type of guy. But hey, if I end up with Diggs as my number 2 in terms of my receivers, right? If I end up with Diggs, why not? Why not live it up? Go with that stat. May not be the best stat because Allen does get those rushing TDs, so it takes away from the guys in the air. But I mean, you're still going to get the points, especially if this man is going to pass for 3,000 plus yards. Then like, I'm completely ecstatic. And I think that he's gonna complete 3,000 passing yards again this year because he has an upgraded receiver. He has an upgraded receiver. Last year, he was working with only a half of what we're talking about today. You add in that extra addition, and you add in, a guy like Davis, some shit can happen. Y'all ready to talk running backs? I'm ready to talk running backs. So I'm going to first start off the running back segment of this team, of this special, of this edition of Fantasy Football Friendly, in that, yes, I did interview one of these running backs their rookie year. Okay? Big up the sportscaster! Yo, if you're a content creator, that's another reason why you need to get over sportscasters. Take advantage of those opportunities, Guys about to, some lucky sportscaster is gonna, at the end of this month, is gonna interview Bob Costas. Like, hashtag fans give back. Been hashtagging all my clips all month. Anyways, so before I get into the running backs, yes, I did interview one of these gentlemen. Okay, one of these young men. So that's first off. But I have watched the tape of the other gentleman. And I did not interview the other gentleman, but I can promise you that if I had of, as an analyst, I do think that one of them is overhyped. Let me just show you guys what I'm talking about, okay? First running back that we're going to talk about, and the person I feel that is going to be the RB1 in this backfield. And let's talk about something really quick in terms of the running back position here. So first off, we are talking about Devin Singletary, but let me just give some generalization across the whole league this year whenever you're setting your fantasy football lineups. Do not get caught up in trying to find a workhorse. The NFL is transitioning into becoming RBBC, running back by committee. Okay? Just because every freaking fantasy analyst out there, they're going to try and tell you, or at least, I'm not going to say every single one. So let me first retract that. But the ones that like to rely on the clickbait and to say, you know, the stupid shit in terms of setting your lineups, or honestly really just drafting your lineups, because that's really when most fantasy audiences tune into fantasy content, is leading up to the draft and during, you know, that while they're drafting and shit. Don't believe the hype. In my Flav Flav voice, don't believe the hype. Don't believe the hype. On this, like you're gonna be able to find premium guys. You just have to pick the right running back by committee. Now, do I know if Buffalo is gonna be the right running back by committee between Devin Singletary and Zach Moss? That's gonna be to be determined. We need a preseason to happen in order for us to realistically know that. There is no way without us knowing about anything that is happening inside of OTAs or virtual trainings or anything like that, that we can really judge or scale anything off of like we normally would have. There's not anything in the rumor mill about how players are performing. So with that being said, I'm going to go off of what I know, and I feel that Devin Singletary is going to be the RB1 in this backfield. Okay? Frank Gore's not there anymore. Gore is he's up the road, or well, I wouldn't say up the road because Buffalo, yeah. So I mean, he's down the road in fucking wherever the Jets play. Is it like Jersey or something? I don't know. He's with the Jets now. Frank Gore's with the Jets now. You mean to tell me that the Bills logically are thinking, hey, let's bring it. I know that we just drafted a back last year, and we got him used to the offense. We got him used to the playbook. We got him used to having chemistry with Allen, with the rest of the offense, with the line. But we're going to have this other young guy take over. If that happens, that is something that is not going to happen until later in the year. That is something that you don't need to stress about right now. Right now, if Devin Singletary is available to you, you take Devin Singletary. Okay? Let's look at some game logs really quick. All right? Devin played 12 games last year. All right? But once again, the ageless wonder Frank Gore was there. He had 151 attempts, but he caught the ball at the backfield 29 times on 41 targets. And he also had 194 yards there. So 775 on the ground, 194 through the air. Receiving. If you were to ask me, and he had 2 touchdowns there, so he had a total of 4 TDs last year. If you were to ask me, right, and what I'm personally thinking, that's going to increase. All right, the logic and the math tells me that Singletary is going to take over those touches, those carries. I have no problems with Zach Moss. I have none whatsoever. I am saying that you are drafting him in Dynasty only. And I think that that's where the hype really needs to rely um, in terms of Moss, and we need to keep it purely only over towards Dynasty. Um, I get it, yo, with the youths, the kid. We're actually gonna go over to Moss right now. We're gonna talk about these two in duality actually, because like I said, it is gonna be a running back by committee. Um, with Moss here, Zach Moss, picked in the third round. Obviously, you know that they're gonna use him up. But the thing with Zach Moss is in the NFL, you have to make decisions a lot quicker, a hell of a lot quicker. And in college, I felt that he was too patient. Uh, and I think that the level of talent that he was up against, that allowed him to be able to be patient behind that line. Plenty of plays where the guy should only pick up 4 yards, um, and then he'll just bust it open for a 20, 30, 40 yard pickup. Um, so I mean there's that upside that yes, okay, he's patient, he knows how to run behind tackles, but god damn, a 4.7, I mean, what are you gonna do when you have to get up in that next level? This is the NFL, kid. You aren't gonna be able to run through everybody. Um, the kid he's a touchdown he's a touchdown monster, and I think that that's where he comes in. He maybe comes in and he gets a lot of like the goal line work. Maybe, maybe he's more so of a third down goal line bruiser type of back. But I just think that Devin the Motor Singletary is just so much more elusive. I mean, also like Devin Singletary has no problems putting his shoulder through the motherfucker's face. Like that's just the way that it is. You know, if you ask me in redraft, who am I selecting of the two? I'm selecting Devin Singletary. Um, does Moss have potential? Yes. Do I feel like in the NFL? I feel like the NFL is just so much significantly different, and you're dealing with the different defenses, and defenses are put together of the best at each position. You're not going to get away with some of the same slick shit that you were able to get away with in college. Um, yes, I do understand that Zach Moss has NFL talent coursing through his veins, being the cousin of I believe Santana Moss. Yes, Santana Moss. I completely get that, and you would think that I'd be higher on him. Me being Santana Moss fan, Santana Moss having played for my Redskins, this, that, and the third. But I don't know. I think this kid is going to need some time to develop in the NFL. I think we're talking about Zach Moss having to take his time. They're definitely going to split carries. They're the two most talented backs in that backfield in that room. Out of all the guys that are there. So you know that you're gonna get touches, you're gonna get volume out of either one of them. Um, Nobody else in that room is taking carries. TJ Yeldon might even get cut for all the fuck we know. And that's really how I'm scoping out these two gentlemen. Again, really quick, Zach Moss. I believe that he is being highly picked, highly gathered in dynasty leagues. Let me go ahead and get those. Try and get those numbers for you. So he's 25.9% rostered uh, in dynasty formats, and that's going up 4.3% over the last 7 days. So people are clearly high on him. People clearly think this kid's gonna go out there and bang with some of the best of them. I don't know if that's hype. I mean, 4.3%. That's a big jump, and I kind of honestly expect that to continue to keep going. Devin Singletary having a 0.2% increase over the last 7 days. He is 94.5% rostered, valued 31st overall in terms of running backs. So that's enough of the running backs. That's what I have to say. I mean, you can pick apart everything that I just mentioned there, and kind of what I put out stuff so that you can formulate your own opinion. What I do is not what you have to do. Now, do I get trophies? Yes, Big Daddy Rob get trophies. You know, Rumboyz Robbie, he get the trophies. Cash and trophies is what we all about here at the Rumboyz Fantasy Network. But you are entitled to your own opinion and do what you want. And that's what I love. Send me screenshots of you guys' rosters. I want to see how them things come out. Really quick, I do want to take this time to remind you guys, we're going to go ahead. We're going to take another shot. Take a shot. We're going to get into some wide receivers. All right. We're going to get into some wide receivers, and this wide receiver core is honestly rather interesting. I think that they're going to be vastly improved. A lot of people are like, oh, the Diggs trade is completely overhyped. Da, 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 da. Look, I get that Minnesota gave up a lot. Or Buffalo, I'm sorry. Buffalo gave up a lot to get Stephon. But hey, I'm with the shits, man. I think that this is going to pan out. I think it's going to work out. Just want to remind you guys, I am going to have in the description this week's Fanatics.com link. This week's Fanatics.com promo code. If you need sports gear, sports memorabilia, whatever the case may be, we got you covered. Fanatics.com. Cheers to me. Cheers to you. All Rumboyz and girls, what it do. Dilly dilly. We got some wide receivers to cover, my dude. Woo! It's like orange soda and cream soda with rum. It's like, Russian creams. Stephon Diggs, ladies and gentlemen. Stephon Diggs. Is he going to be a wide receiver one there? Abso-fucking-lutely. Why do we even need to ask that question? Look. Stephon Diggs should be absolutely owned and freaking rostered in every league. But I have you guys grabbing him as your wide receiver too. I told you that this wide receiver core, the way I was going to break this down, is going to be super freaking interesting. Okay? Because this wide receiver core and this team in general, in terms of reality football, is built to where they can really, they could really make a run in the AFC East and dethrone New England and be the front runner and honestly maybe even go really far in the playoffs. I love a good underdog story. And I also love a good headline. This team, awaiting that coveted Lombardi Super Bowl trophy. The way that they are built, they have a bunch of wide receiver 2s and 3s. Guys that could even be like fringe wide receiver 1s in real life. Of course, depending on roster and setup and things. That make all of them dangerous. You couple Stephon Diggs with the likes of John Brown and a check down guy like Cole. Bees in the trap. This offense is going to do a lot of different things. And the X's and O's are probably going to look significantly different than what you may have seen in the last year or two from the Buffalo Bills. you got guys now that when you bring on Stephon Diggs and you couple him with Smoke, with John Smoke Brown, you bring in a guy that is just going to completely come with burners, bro. He's just going to come with burners and just annihilate DBs down the field and create separation and be able to get to the ball. He ranked 18th. Right now, current ADP, he's the 18th wide receiver that you can pull off. He's wide receiver 18. Do I feel like there's going to be a moment in your draft where you're looking at Stephon Diggs like, I got to reach to go get him? Absolutely, positively, frick no. I don't think that's going to fucking happen. But he's 9.5% rostered, which means you absolutely have to get shares of him, especially in redraft. Dynasty, I mean, you're probably looking for some more boomer bust guys. I mean, but you got to get those veterans, especially if you're in win now mode. I love that if you have the ability here to make him wide receiver 2 or make him a flex play, that you draft smartly and you draft super strategically to where that falls for you and that happens for you. He's up 0.2% in the last 7 days. So, I mean, there's not like a whole lot of hype around him. What that tells me is that he's just going where ADP has him set, right? We saw the things that he was doing with Kirk Cousins. We saw that, this guy wants the ball. This guy wants the ball, and he wants the ball out. He lives for those big moments. He lives for those big moments within the game. Like I said, I don't see how you could not want shares of Stephon Diggs. He was 1,000-yard receiver while being targeted 94 times, like just under 100 targets, and had 1,000 yards, 1,130 yards, which was just a couple hundred more than his previous year at 1,021 yards. And in PPR formats, what are you looking for? Yards. You gotta go with Stephon Diggs, especially if they move him around. Like, if they move him around and, hey, yo, Cole, like, you're not going to be in the slot this time. Like, what? Like, nah, we're going to put Diggs in the slot. Like, just to start fucking with defenses. Like, I could see the X's and O's with this wide receiver core and just the way they move guys around and move things around. It's going to be very, very, very interesting, if I must say so myself. So yeah, I mean, go get you some shares of Diggs. And once again, just to reiterate with Stephon Diggs, you do not have to reach for him. Like, I don't know anybody, unless you are drafting against like mad fucking Bills fans. Like, unless you're drafting against like mad Buffalo Bills fans, there is going to be nobody in your league that is going to be like, oh, you sniped Stephon Diggs. No, like, that's not gonna happen. Like, that's just not gonna. You could get him cheap, bro. You can get him so cheap. I like it. Let's talk about another receiver. This guy. Here's a guy. I'm not gonna start doing that. I promise. Hopefully I don't have any Robbie-isms. Anyways, John Smoke Brown. Feels like this guy has just been in the league doing it forever. Right? It's been in the league since 2014. Like, how ballerific is that? 1,000-yard receiver last year. Just outside the top 20 in yards. He was 21st in yards. 1,060. 6 TDs. 14.7 average yards per catch. Yo, I fucks with that a lot. Right now, his value is dropping. He ranked wide receiver 19. Finished wide receiver 19. That's his ADP right now. He's 71.2% rostered. This guy is a week-to-week flex play. I love him as a pickup on your bench. when you are reaching that point in your draft, you filled up those starting roles, and you're like, all right, I need to start building some depth. Like, if guys start going down, who am I gonna put in? And this is who you plug and play for that reason. For that reason, and that's why he's more than 50% rostered. I mean, aside from the fact that he's a vet that goes out there and gets the job done. I mean, the guy's a complete baller. He's a complete wide receiver, a complete fucking football player. He's only had 2,000-yard seasons. But I mean, once he got to Buffalo, I feel like he kind of really hit his stride, and it was a whole new world. I don't mind this as your wide receiver 3 or your alternate flex play. Let's talk about some draft strategy as to how John Brown can maybe end up in your lineup. Let's say you go running back, receiver, running back, and then receiver. I have no problems with John Brown maybe being at that wide receiver 3. I think that he is a good pickup as a wide receiver 3. Once again, nobody on this team in terms of the wide receiver position you have to reach for. This is another one of those guys where nobody, absolutely freaking nobody, is going to be pissed off that they're like, oh my gosh, you just took John Smoke Brown. Like, if you take him, like, no one's going to make fun of you, or no one's going to, people are like, it's okay, it's all right. So I mean, I like I said again, I really like the kid, and I think that he's someone that you should get, in terms of late round, late value. You may even be able to get him like late as like 10th, 12th fucking round, 10th, 12th round. I think earlier I said some shit along the lines of like if you went running back, receiver, running back, and then receiver. I mean, you'd be getting him like 7th, 8th round. No, you don't need to do that. But I mean, late value. You're buying John Brown. Late value. And you're gonna be happy with him. Like, someone goes down, he's a bench player. Is he draftable? Yes. Is he startable? No. Not now that he's really not startable now that Stephon Diggs is there. If that made any sense. Sorry, my son came in the room while I was trying to film that John Brown take, and holy shit, I feel like I botched that completely up. I need to start locking the door, like when I'm recording. So yeah. Let's talk about more Buffalo Bills wide receiver. So of course, Diggs definitely draftable. You don't have to reach for him. You don't want to wait too long, but you could get Stephon Diggs cheap. John Brown, late round value, definitely draftable. Just wait out those later rounds. Just wait. And then once he becomes BPA, best player available, go ahead and snag John Brown. Let's talk about some potential week-to-week waiver wire pickups, and we'll start with the week-to-week waiver wire guy off this offense. So the guy that I think that is going to be a waiver wire pickup for you week to week is Bees in the Trap. Bees in the Trap. Cole Bees in the Trap Beasley. I think that Cole Beasley is, look, if all hell were to break loose in Buffalo, and we were like, I still need a guy that's going to get those targets up there. Or even if you're just trying to piss off your league mates, that is like situational awareness, right? Oh shit, either Brown or Diggs went down. I'm gonna go ahead and just to make sure that this other guy can't get him to maybe keep his stat going. I'm bringing Bees, you know, or I'm bringing one of the other guys that we'll talk about here. Look, Bees is nothing more than waiver wire value. I'm not going to in all honesty, I mean, I'm just not gonna. I don't see the need for me to spend a whole lot of time on the guy, just because his fantasy value kind of got shot when he went to Buffalo. I mean, he's not the same not the same wide receiver that he was in Dallas. He had 6 touchdowns last year, 778 yards. Um, he's rostered 10.1%. He ranked 35. His positional rank 35. So when wide receiver 35, not bad. He's down 0.3% these last couple of days. I'm completely okay with you not draft. You're not drafting Cole Beasley, guys. Last year I was like, yeah, he's with fucking Buffalo. Yeah, let's go ahead. Let's fucking run Bees in the track. You're not drafting Cole Beasley. He's making rap music now. He thinks that he's a real Slim Shady. Please stand up. Please stand up. Please stand up. Rookie time! This is where the conversation right here, right now, becomes all about Dynasty. Kind of similar to that whole Zach Moss thing that I was telling you about, where it's like, yeah, you're not going to get Zach Moss in redraft. Like, if you're reaching for Zach Moss in redraft, I automatically think that you're a fucking idiot, and I'm gonna tell you to get out of my draft. Like, I'm like, yo, I got someone that's gonna take over your team, dude. Like, just buy. I'm kidding. I'm not that mean, but I am gonna look at you really weird and be like, who the fuck is this guy? Like, who invited him? I don't think that I would have the wherewithal to be able to invite someone to do that, but different story, different segment for a different day. I'll do a whole special about people that do stupid things in drafts, and things that tick me off and pet peeve me in drafts. I think that'll be a really good video. Gabriel Davis, coming out of Central Florida. Out of Florida. You know, I think that's how they say it, Florida. Hey, shawty. Round 4, pick 128. Look, I actually like Gabriel Davis. I think if you go back in a combine video, where we had streamed the NFL combine, I was like partial on him, and like some parts I was like, yeah, fuck yeah, like, I like Gabriel Davis, I like UCF players, but then other parts was like, fuck, catch the ball, man, like, just get that thing, especially during like the gauntlet drill. It's 0.7% rostered. But I mean, again, that we're only factoring in Dynasty at this point. He's got to earn it. He's got to earn it. Like, I'm just gonna be completely real. Will in Dynasty, he's a good receiver for you to get, in the essence that. So Diggs is definitely gonna probably be there long term. Diggs is going to be there. But Beasley's going to be retiring soon. Like, John Brown is fucking my age. And I think that he may only have like a year left on his deal. I'm not sure. But like John Brown, he's going to be out of there soon. I don't mind you going to get Gabriel Davis in Dynasty. Especially because, let's say you have a Diggs or a, better yet, no, not Diggs. Let's say you have a John Brown in Dynasty. Cool. Now, when Diggs or when Brown retires, or either goes to a different team, you already have his next fill-in. You have a shoe-in for his fill-in. Hodgins is a great receiver. Don't get me wrong. It's not who I'm risking like dynasty draft value for. I mean, your rookie drafts. Your rookie drafts first off are only gonna be about 4 or 5 rounds, anyways, right? Um, think of Gabriel Davis as your late buy, like your later round buy, because think about through those 4 rounds in Dynasty, you're probably going to try and of your Dynasty startup, you're going to select probably like a quarterback or running back. So you're probably going to go like you're probably going to be debating between a Joe Burrow or a DeAndre Swift in the first round, or maybe a Lamb in the first round or a Judy in the first round, Ruggs. You're going to try and go for that premium crop in the first round. If that league might be tight end premium, then you're probably going to be looking at, all right, Dalton King, Thaddeus Moss, Albert O, or Cole Kmet, all of those tight ends. Once again, the quarterbacks, like I mentioned. There's so much hype with the wide receivers. Gabriel Davis, you're probably going to get him in the 3rd, 4th round of your rookie drafts. So there you have it. That's my take on Gabriel Davis. That's how I feel about Davis. I'm not shitting on him, but I'm not ecstatic. I'm not shitting on him, but I'm not ecstatic. Like, I just feel like they got a good veteran presence in Buffalo that you got to kind of slow the brakes on. You just got to pump the brakes on him, and that's really how I feel, and that's the angle that I'm coming from. All right, let's talk about the final position here. Really quick. The homie. Now, here's the guy. No, for real, though. This is someone I wish that I could interview. First off, I like interviewing tight ends because it's the vibe they bring in the room. It's like, you know what? This guy could definitely probably fucking chug a bit. This guy's cool. And that's Dawson Knox. So I feel like that there should be a lot more Dawson Knox hype. He's 3.5% rostered right now. Tight end 30. But here is why I'm gonna say. Here's why I'm saying that there should be some hype around him. Buffalo just kind of realized that, holy shit, we got a tight end that can catch. Like, we have a tight end that can actually do some things, that can go up there and get the ball at the high point. So I think that now that McDermott realized that, McDermott's going to toss in a lot more passes to the tight end. And he's going to try and break up a lot of those shares between the receivers and maybe utilize the tight end position to disrupt some of those shares, to also keep the secondary, on their heels, but also attack the middle. Attack the middle, soften up that middle, so where, hey, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna hit the gaps. We're gonna run them. We're gonna run the ball right up the gut. Let's loosen it up for the run. Let's soften up for the run, and then boom, Singletary, Moss, definitely pound him. You're not the fastest motherfucker, kid, but hey, you can hurt him. I want you to go right at Mike. Just run right at Mike. And I feel like that's what Dawson Knox really does, and he does great. He's your waiver wire wide receiver. Like I said, I mean, there should be some hype around him. I've seen people reach for Dawson Knox as a late round tight end for people that aren't trying to reach on tight ends or anything like that. But I have no problems with that. Like, I don't even get mad at people that fucking final round, they're like, I'll stream a kicker in a defense all year. Give me Dawson Knox. I don't get mad at those people. I don't get mad at, oh, we just finished the draft. This guy's still here. I'm dropping this guy that I accidentally drafted. This is one of those post-draft BPA, best player available type of situations. So I mean, he Dawson Knox could probably be Mr. Irrelevant in your draft, but maybe it's just the fact that I'm a film guy, and that's why. And like seeing what Dawson Knox does on film, where it's like, fuck, like you go up there and you get that thing at the top of at his high point, like You gotta appreciate that. You gotta appreciate it. And people are going like, you only saw him catch the ball 28 times all last year. I don't give a fuck, Keisha. The kid can ball. I just hope that he converts to a good fantasy football player, which is why I'm not mad if you draft him late. Dumb late. Dumb, dumb, dumb late. And I'm not mad if you pick him up off of waivers. And I'm also not mad if he blows up this year and goes the fuck off, just like I'm hoping that another tight end from last year, TJ Hockenson, does. But there's just some guys you can't help the hype. You can't help the hype, and Dawson Knox is one of them. Now, here's the part in this special where I go ahead and I wrap up. After all of my jibber jabber bullshit, everything that I spilled, I wrap up how fantasy friendly this team is. Now, I think that I might have been a little bit rough in previous episodes leading into how fantasy football friendly is. Cincinnati, I think I shitted on. Detroit, kind of shitted on. I think I was actually pretty nice with Detroit. Detroit had some ups and downs, not special. Cincinnati, when I did that one, I was like, the Jets, the goddamn Jets. I felt bad for the Jets because it's like we both just had to fuck with that team. It was just like we were poking it with a stick, like, do something. Special little shovel face Sam Donald over there. So this time, in fantasy football friendly, for the very first time since I've been filming these episodes, we have a team that I think that is fucking phenomenally fantasy football friendly. Like, I want to try and get shares of them, especially because I feel like they're gonna abuse the AFC East. Like, the only one that's really gonna give them problems down there is the Patriots, because Belichick is such a great defensive mind. I mean, great football mind overall. Let's just pump the brakes there. Greatest goddamn coach of all time. But I think that, in terms of players that we broke it down, I mean, I think that's two games where maybe you just look at your Buffalo Bills guys and you're like, Anyways. I'm willing to roll the dice on a lot of these guys. I'm down for Stephon Diggs. When I'm in late rounds in redraft, I'm down to grab John Brown. In redraft situations, this team has a lot of dynasty hype around it. I'm talking Josh Allen, Devin Singletary, Zach Moss, Gabriel Davis, Dawson Knox. They have so much fucking youth to where you gotta snatch up these guys in Dynasty. I mean, you gotta think about a lot of these guys, showing talent on film and maybe even getting moved around to different places, better offenses, better situations and scenarios. There's just a whole lot of fucking talent on this roster. And the fact that you could get redraft pieces, you could get really good dynasty pieces from this draft. I gotta think about this grade. We're gonna do one more shot here. The shot's gonna predict the grade. The shot of cap. Just do a little 10 time. I have a shot. The shot of cap is gonna decide the ranking here. Mafia! Bills Mafia, get your tables ready. Because what I might say after this sip here may make you slam through a damn table. Cheers to me. Cheers to you, all the Rumboyz and girls. What I do, fantasy football friendly. Grade is A minus, baby. A minus. A minus. I'm gonna go A minus because I want them to hit that A plus tier. I want to leave some breathing room, but I am so hyped over this offense, and I feel like you can get some really good things going on here with this Buffalo Bills Mafia offense. I am all the way in. I see Bills Mafia Rob happening here on that Sportscaster exclusive stream. That's right, the next. It's a daytime stream. We're fantasy football friendly. Always goes on Sportscaster first. It's always an exclusive. YouTube, they get it later. That's how we rock. So I'm super high on the Bills defense in terms of fantasy football. I feel like you can pick and choose a lot of different pieces from this offense. And really quick, I mean, whenever you have an offense that I feel has a good quarterback, has a good running back, and now you've clearly gotten that wide receiver one, and you have a decent wide receiver two, a good balanced wide receiver two that clearly knows that he could be a role player. Those are things that are going to get you top grades. Those are things that are going to, where it's like, not everyone's mad at each other, not everyone's beefing. Like, fuck, even the defensive side of the ball is draftable. Like, you can draft this defense. They have IDP players scattered all over this defense. In terms of IDP. So just overall, the whole situation for the Bills is really great this year. And I think that they take the AFC East by storm. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been Fantasy Football Friendly. These special where we take reality, we take fantasy football, we mix them together, and I provide you analysis about your favorite teams, splitting the two. Make sure that you guys share this if you have not already. Our Fanatics.com promo will be in the description section of this video over on YouTube. So make sure you guys head over there, subscribe over there, like, comment over there. And if you need sports merch, sports memorabilia, if you're a Bills Mafia fan, you're a Bills fan, then I'm going to have that link where you can go and get it. So I'll have that in our YouTube description. Sportscaster doesn't let me drop links, so I can't give you guys a lot of like some of the cool stuff like CBRD, which we're gonna have a CBRD taste test, which is our new sponsor. I will have that for you guys coming up. I'll have our monkey knife fight details in the description. Yeah. So other than that, though, I greatly appreciate every single one of you guys for tuning in. Thank you for joining. Has been a great stream. I have another podcast I have to get to. Here I'll be featuring on Hot Take Cold Turkey on their podcast show. And yeah, let me know what you guys think. Bills, I hope you guys have the A minus. This has been Fantasy Football Friendly. If you don't like it, oh well. Face me in a fantasy football league, and then you can be like, all right, he's smarter than me. I'll be facing a lot of you guys in Scott Fishbowl this year for the second time. Let's go, baby! Cheers to me, cheers to you, all the Rumboyz and girls. What to do? Dilly motherfucking Dilly! Play my outro, yo. Let's do this shit.